The most coveted prize in Hollywood. The big winners from last night's Academy Awards, soaking in the moment with their names engraved onto those iconic golden statuettes. To break down the big moments, we are joined by our own Academy Award-winning jack of all trades.
Yes.
Well, you should.
When's that going to be a category?
Well, you did you produced this show today, and now you're doing this. And
I'm really living up to my
draft,
my
we're
moniker.
going to bring you in for the draft too. So it's big doing.
There's a lot going on.
Okay.
Lot
All
to
right.
do.
So the biggest headline of what happened in your opinion?
It's Anora. Anora is crowned not only the best picture of 2024, but I mean winning basically everything with the exception of Best Supporting Actor, which it was never going to win because Kieran Culkin was always going to win that. But it wins Best Picture, it wins Best Director, it wins Best Actress in a mild upset. Mikey Madison getting it over Demi Moore. It wins Best Original Screenplay. It wins Best Film Editing. Sean Baker becomes the first person ever to win 4 Oscars for one movie in one night.
Wow.
The only other person to ever win 4 in one night was Walt Disney, but he won it for multiple movies. Sean Baker gets 4.
And they
He
made
directs,
it for
produces,
like
writes, and
$6
edits.
million or
Yeah, it was
something.
$6 million,
Independent
a
film.
truly independent film. To see that winning everything, to be anointed as such, I think it's just such a huge moment for independent cinema, for film as a whole, that this is the kind of movie that can be so widely loved in a single year.
And I loved Mikey's speech. I didn't get to see it in person, but I saw it played back today where, or the director rather, saying that we need to make it about the theaters again. Like we've lost 1,000 theaters last year. People go out to the theaters. I thought that was powerful. We did have a few Colorado ties. So
Yeah.
how'd they perform?
Well, unfortunately, not great. The problem with Sean Baker winning everything is that Brady Corbet, who spent part of his childhood growing up in Glenwood Springs, did not win anything. The Brutalist did win a couple awards, but none that Corbet was nominated for. Chris Sanders also wrote and produced The Wild Robot, which was the favorite for Best Animated Feature coming in. That lost in an upset to Flow, which is the first movie from Latvia to ever win an Oscar.
Which was interesting.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
And that movie has 0 dialogue whatsoever. So
No
it's
dialogue,
a
that's
very
what I heard.
unique kind of animated movie.
Really?
But yeah, Colorado Ties, not great. The protagonists for the documentary A Porcelain War, they live in Colorado now. They're from Ukraine. That lost as well to a Palestinian and Israel joint collaboration called No Other Land. A very powerful speech. If you haven't watched that, go watch that speech.
That's a really good speech.
That is incredible. But Colorado didn't do that great at the Oscars. One person who did do well was Bowen Yang. He did at least got to present part of the Oscar for Best Costume Design. He was the only one in costume. It was a very good bit. I loved Bowen doing that. And he even got to give the award to his costume designer because Wicked won the award.
So
that was really fun to see at the end. So at least one Coloradan had a good moment.
Yes.
He was the first-time winner, and I could
First
not
black man
believe-
to ever win
first
costume
black
design.
man now
I
in
know.
2025.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
So what? Finally, anything else big you loved?
I loved Conan O'Brien. I've always loved Conan O'Brien.
was just telling me the same thing.
There's something about a Massachusetts Irish boy that just speaks to me. But Conan did a great job, I think, hosting. His monologue was very fun. I felt personally like it might be dragging a little bit at the end. And then he ends it with a song about how he's not going to waste your time by wasting your time. And I'm like, oh my God, of course, this man is a genius. His bits in the between were great. I think he captured the moment. And he watched the movies, and you could tell, and I knew that because I'd seen the pre-award show press from him, but you could just tell that he actually cared about the show, he wanted it to be funny, he is genuinely funny, and he actually loves the movies, cares about the movies, and that's what I feel like sometimes been missing from award show hosts. They're always joking about, oh, this movie's too long, I didn't watch it.
Right, no.
I talked about last week, some of the voters do the same thing, but Conan didn't. And that's why he's one of the best hosts in the past 10 years, I think, easily.
Yeah, it was. And everybody just, I don't know, everything was great. It went off very well, very smoothly.
I loved it.
Sometimes you're like, okay, this is why I can't stay the whole time. It wasn't that way.
Yeah, they actually moved it up an hour too, which I think was a great choice.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, thank you so much.